Let me ask you a question. How often do you think about your breath during the day? And not whether it's good or bad, but the actual breathing in and out. The answer, almost never. Okay. Breath is life, right? If we don't breathe, we die. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. This is Mindset Monday, and what this is I take a deeper dive into my daily mindset, which is a series I do every day, which I talk for about a minute about my mindset that day. On Mondays, I take a deeper dive, maybe a 3 to 5 minute sort of explanation of what that is. Today, the mindset is breath. And I'm going to explain to you how important breath is and just kind of give you a couple facts right off the bat. So this is crazy. So we exhale 70% of the toxins in our body when we exhale. That's crazy. 70%. Now, here's the thing. We, during our day, we live in the stress, high-paced world. Our lungs are about that big. We're using about this much of our breath, these shallow little breaths during the day, right? That's kind of how we breathe, and our chest is very shallow. When you take a long, slow, deep breath, you get down to the bottom parts of your lungs where all this junk is stored, all these toxins. And when you exhale it, you get it out of you. So you're really cleaning yourself out when you take a long, slow, deep breath, which we almost never do. So besides getting rid of the toxins and making you healthier, there's other reasons to take these long, slow, deep breaths. So let's just look at this. So first of all, we have these two nervous systems. We have the sympathetic right here, and then we have the parasympathetic. Now, the sympathetic is kind of where we kind of work during the day. We live in this high-paced, stressed world where, we're in this fight or flight almost all the time, which is very unhealthy. It's great if you have right here, saber tooth following you or, chasing you. Yeah, you want the blood to go to your extremities so you can either fight or flight. That's the whole point. But if you take a slow, long, deep breath, you put yourself into the parasympathetic system, which is the rest and digest, which is going to allow your body to slow down and heal. So physiologically, automatically, when you take a long, slow, deep breath, you're going to calm down, which is an amazing thing. It takes you out of this sort of, race that we're in constantly. So as far as, the body works, that's what happens. Now, also, when you take a slow, long, deep breath, what happens is you can start to control situations in your life. So as you can see right here, an emotion takes 5 to 7 seconds to kind of arise. How many times has, when something happens to you, whether it's fear or anxiety or whatever it may be, the emotion comes over, and once it takes over that 5 to 7 seconds and it goes, you're along for the ride. You are no longer in control. Your emotion is, okay? That could be for 30 seconds. That could be for 30 minutes. That could be for 3 days. It all depends on the situation itself. So emotions taking this 5 to 7 seconds to come up. If you take a long, slow, deep breath, if you're mindful and you realize, oh, here comes some fear, here comes some anxiety, and you stop and you take one slow, long, deep breath, you have now taken control over that situation, over that emotion. You are no longer going to go on a ride with it. You are going to stop it and you are going to control it. Extremely powerful. Okay. Also, another thing, obviously, if you're watching your weight or you want to lose some weight or whatever, a slow, deep breath reduces appetite just naturally. So there's another kind of, point that you might want to take. Now, think about this. Breathing is the only autonomous body function that we also have control over. Okay. And this is a statement that I make a lot. And it's super simple, but it's so powerful and it's so true. Is if you can control your breath, you can control your life. Like we just talked about this, situations, right? So the emotions that come up. If you want to control that situation, that emotion, what do? You take a slow, long, deep breath. If you learn to connect your breath with things in your life all the way through, you can start to control your life through your breath. Very simple, but very powerful. Okay. So how do you do this? A lot of people are like, oh, well, what kind of breathing should I do? I'll tell you right now, there are a ton of them, and you can Google, breathing exercises. And I encourage you to do that because you'll find one that you really enjoy. This one right here, this is, hold on, there I am. This is a box breathing, which is very simple. It's 4, 4, 4, and 4. So it's very easy to remember. It's breathe in For 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and then you hold for 4, and you just repeat it. Now think about this for a second. So when you do a box breathing, what are you doing? You are in control of this breath because you are counting for 4, you're holding for 4, you're breathing out for 4, and you're holding for 4. So it's up to you. You have to be mindful while you're doing this, which is another amazing thing that I'm not even going to try and touch right now because that would take way too long. But being mindful is one of the only things that actually strengthens your brain. So when you're doing this breath exercise, you're strengthening your brain besides taking control of your life. So many different things and so many ways that I could tell you breathing will enhance your life. So today, start taking some long, slow, deep breaths and start taking control of your life. All right. And remember, this is your life. Live it your way.